Folks, we're into week 2, having spent the last week talking about offers, learning that an offer is not a willingness to enter into a bargain. It's a manifestation of a willingness, right? Whether we are privately actually willing or not is irrelevant for purposes of the law. What matters is how the reasonable person would interpret the outward manifestations. And then we asked ourselves, can an offer, once created, does it live forever? And we now know the answer to be no. It can die or be killed in a variety of ways. We call this termination. Now, some forms of termination we can't control, death being the obvious one, but some we can. And let's focus for a moment on the form of termination called revocation. Direct revocation, indirect revocation. Can we control or at least delay the period of time in which the offer might be revoked? For example, if you are the offeree, you have received an offer. The offeror has promised to keep that offer open for a period of time. Think of Dickinson v. Dodds. I will keep the offer open until Friday, 9 a.m. Well, as we learned in Dickinson v. Dodds, that promise by itself is not enforceable. The offeror can go back on that promise, as Dodds did, without legal consequence. But what if you, the offeree, want to make that promise enforceable? What if you want to make it binding that the offer will be held open for a period of time during which the offeror cannot revoke, directly or indirectly? You want to ensure the offer will stay open for a period of time. Is there anything you, the offeree, can do? Indeed there is, and we'll talk about that in the first part of this week. We will then get to the second element of contract, acceptance. As we saw in Lonergan, even if there's a valid offer, that offer does not become a contract if the offer is never accepted. Well, what is acceptance? How do we define it? What are the various forms it might take? Here's a counterintuitive question, or at least a non-intuitive question. What is the legal effect of various forms of acceptance? Might the form of acceptance impact its legal effect? That won't make sense to you when you first see this video, but it will by the end of the week. So we will finish our discussions of offer, move into acceptance, and you'll start to see these contracts taking shape. Looking forward.